Hello, SFL fans. You're looking at footage of the Queen City to the west, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, as tonight is the site of your weekly action. The Sioux Falls Sparrows playing host to Los Angeles Lycans. I am your play-by-play commentator, Carol Giudice, along with my broadcast partner, Wade Phillips. And Wade, both these offenses trying to get these teams to 2-1 may have a little bit of difficulty.
They do, because both of these defenses are really playing lights out. Last week, LA had 6 interceptions in a win, and Sioux Falls has just had a very stingy defense all season long, and that includes 4 rookies on the defensive side, and they have all just really got off to a start without a hitch, and it's been a really good going in this early start of the season.
They got our commissioner Cam in the truck giving us these pictures, and we'll get to that defense. Those rookies in the Sioux Falls Sparrows and here later on in the game as we come up here to the coin toss. Both these teams needing a win to get to 2-1 on the season. As you said last week, Los Angeles a big win over St. Louis, while Sioux Falls had a heartbreaking loss to the Tulsa Desperados, 19-17. As kickoff is coming up in a minute.
And select a kick.
The Sioux Falls all black. The Los Angeles Lycans with the white jerseys and the blue pants. 5Ms has the ball on the tee, getting ready to start this game. And here we go. Taking it to the ever dangerous AJ Levy out to the 20, up to the 23-yard line. And that's where this offense will come on the field, led by Julian Tyree, your halfback, Colin Hart, your fullback, Charlemagne Cornelius, your wide receiver core of Gunnar Lewis, Noe Terrazas, Al Dillapre Sr., and Kay Marion, your offensive lineman, Nathan Fury in center, and the guard, Justin Wilson. Come up here on 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Split back set. Handoff goes to Colin Hart, and he gains 3. I'm sorry, Charlemagne Cornelius gets the football. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that time they gave it to Cornelius to start this ball game, and don't get to see that very often. He only has 7 carries this season, but hey, they'll get him started early and often. He picked up 3 yards right there.
It got my attention really quick here as we go single set 4 wide. Here on 2nd and 7. There he fakes the handoff. Goes back past plenty of time. Goes downfield and gets incomplete. Looking for his favorite target, number 88, Kai Marion.
Absolutely. Kai Marion is just a giant target in 6'6", 222. And that time, just Julian Tyree just couldn't quite find the open target, but had to kind of step up in the pocket to avoid the pressure, but that time just incomplete.
Kai Marion is leading the team in all categories: catches, yards, touchdowns, yards per catch, and targets, bringing up a 3rd and 7. Another big handoff here, steps up in the pocket, throws deep, and it's almost intercepted. Great defensive play there by number 42. And that's Thomas Rahman Jr.
Right. Thomas Rahman Jr. got a hand up in the path of the ball. That time, it really looked like Julian Tyree may have thrown that in the area of dual coverage that just could not find the open man.
That brings the punting unit and Max Moholt onto the field, punting from inside his 15-yard line. The pressure, he gets the kick away. Out of the 39, couple juice, gets to the outside, almost breaks it, gets to the 46-yard line. And that's going to bring up the Los Angeles Lycans offense. Led by quarterback Sully Richardson, halfback Robert Johnson, Tommy Rahman is your fullback. Your wide receivers and tight ends are Davius Reed and Chris Lee, with LZ Pryor and Jack Flash, your tight ends. They start off with great field position just on their side of midfield here with 10:04 to go in the first quarter. And off and trying to go. Look like he was going to go for a good gain on the outside. He stopped for a gain of 1.
That time, Derek Williams just got in there quick, brought down the ball carrier for, really no damage, just 1 yard. And that time, that's exactly what Sioux Falls needs from this defense. Just to hit them early and often and not let Los Angeles get anything started on the ground.
Great play there by Williams on coming up here on 2nd and 9. Another handoff and another great stop there. And believe it again, it's Derek Williams, 2 for 2.
Absolutely. That's, like you said, 2 for 2. 2 plays, 2 stops by Derek Williams. That time got him for no gain at all. So, hey, that's been just money for them tonight.
Derek Williams, the second round, 16th pick in that second round from the Lexington Miners, comes up here on 3rd and 9. Comes up with a good pass across the middle, but well short of the first down. And that pass is hauled in by Davis Reed.
Davis Reed took that for 6 yards, just not enough to get a first down. We thought they might be able to do something with that great field position they had, but unfortunately, nothing happening. 3 and out, and now they're punting it away.
Chance to win is coming up here. The punt is going to try to pit him deep here. He said A.J. Levy, a very, very dangerous returner in this league. Fair catch is going to be made at the 12-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. It comes up here on 1st and 10. Deep drop back and another deep pass. This time it's broken up by the free safety, Rochelle Colston.
And Rochelle Colston had, I believe, 2 interceptions last week. 1 returned for a touchdown, and she just had a baller game last week. And that time they tempted fate by targeting her, and that time just incomplete. Whereas it's just dangerous anytime you throw it in that vicinity.
This team interceptions with 3, as you mentioned, 2 last week, and 25 tackles to lead this Lycans defense. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 here in their own territory. Another big, this time to pass outside, going to Cullen Hart. And it goes for no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and long situation once again.
You think they might want to take a mulligan on that one? Maybe replay that play, because that time they got the open man, just let him out of bounds just a little too much, and unfortunately just no gain really on that swing pass.
Coming up here on a big 3rd and 10 here. Neither team so far have converted a 3rd down in the ballgame. Short step drop, a sidearm pass, almost intercepted again. This time one of the big up men get the paws on it.
Yeah, Danny Stenson was right there with a hand, actually just a whole body in the ball's trajectory, knocked it down for an incompletion, but that just dangerous pass that could have been taken for 6 because they're so close to the end zone right now.
Julian Tyree had struggled the last game, had 3 interceptions, and this looked shaky right here in the first part of this ball game, as Max Moholt's going to be punting from the shadow of his goal end zone here. Lycans are going to get great field position. He gets it out to 15, just tackled right at the point of catch. Take it the 2-yard gain, going to the Sioux Falls 47-yard line. And man, Los Angeles has had the ball in great field position on both of the drive so far.
Absolutely, they haven't. Even that with that great field possession last time, this is even better. But great special teams to stop them before any more damage could be done.
First and 10 here. It's going to be an inside handoff, and it's going to go for a big gain. Biggest gain of the game so far, and that's Robert Johnson.
That time got a good block up front and was able to sprint forward for 8 yards. And that time, that, like you said, that's the longest play of the day, I'd say. We've had some incompletions and some, 2-3 yards here and there. But, yeah, great start for the Lycans. See if they can finish this off with the score.
Get down at Sioux Falls 39-yard line. Can go back. It's them again. And that's a big hit there in the backfield. That time is number 47, Axel Raven, a draft pick from the Tacoma Grizzlies.
Yeah, Axel Raven was their first pick, got that tackle. Derek Williams was their second round pick. So right up early, it's the rookies making the impact.
Third overall pick in that first round brings up 3rd and 5. Going back to pass. That is complete over the middle. We get our first down of the game, and that's completed to number 86, the tight end, Jack Flash.
Jack Flash is just an old reliable 6'6", 250, and really is just that safety blanket that Sully Richardson looks for whenever he just needs a quick first down, maybe a quick completion, finds him, and first down, exactly how they drew it up.
Coming at the 30-yard line of Sioux Falls. The back set looks like there's a come here, and there's just nowhere for Johnson to go there. A gang tackle there by the Sparrows.
Absolutely. It almost seemed like Sioux Falls knew exactly what they were going to call, because they had 3 people in the backfield on that side just right off the bat, and there was nowhere for anybody to go on that run.
Great time for the run blitz there for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Brings up 2nd and 13 at the 32-yard line. They're going to hand off the ball to Johnson again. This time he's hitting the backfield and stopped for no gain. It's going to bring up a huge 3rd and 12.
That time, it looked like the end might have gotten pushed way up and started that tackle and finally finished off. But that just great run defense by Sioux Falls so far. They gave up the 8-yard rush earlier, but other than that, they have just been super stingy early on.
Trips to the bottom of the screen here on 3rd and 12 from 32. So Rich, there's on a bait to the quarterback, and it's going to be a sack. That might just knock them out of field goal range, but a big sack there by big number 97. Or 95, I'm sorry, Tiger Santana.
And that's another rookie. We've already said it 3 times so far in this ballgame. Rookies making big plays for Sioux Falls, and they got another one right there to end that drive.
A missed blocking assignment was Tiger Santana come up with a huge sack there, knock him out of field goal range, and that punt just gets into the end zone. Almost a great special teams play there by Mike Scott, but the ball goes into the end zone, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sparrows.
So far, Sioux Falls hasn't let the great field position for the Lycans affect them in any way, because they've held out both drives.
Full house backfield for Sioux Falls here. First down with just over 5 minutes to go in the game. A little shovel pass and a big hit there, but a big gain of 7 yards for Sioux Falls.
A little trickery with the shovel pass, and that picks up 7. Colin Hart just took the trickery and ran up the gut. And hey, it never hurts to try out a little bit of the trick plays and see what you can get. And they did right there and picked up 7.
They play there to bring up a 2nd and 3 here. Hand off, going to blocking inside. Great move and a first down run. This time it's a big run here. He's slow to get up. There's Colin Hart, but they get the first down.
Yeah, they got what they needed, and that time, great just vision and balance to get right through that hole, just squeeze right through, pick up some extra yards, but big hit, way to hold on to the ball and make sure you don't put it on the turf, but great blocks, great vision, and that time picked up the first down, just what they needed.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. The wide receivers up top, he got a split offset in the backfield. And off again to Colin. This time he's nowhere to go.
Yeah, nowhere to go is right, because the defense, Danny Stinson, got in there in a hurry and just shut it down. That time they only got 1 yard, and the defense held strong and maintained the stranglehold on the offense to where they just cannot just get a groove going.
2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line. And off, and he gets hit as he throws. And that ball is incomplete. Let's get to this Los Angeles Lycans defense. The defensive line, Brogan Sparrow, James Richards and Ma Rivers. They love to call him Cheeseburger. And you got the linebackers of Danny Stinson and Buddy Blaze. The cornerbacks, Mike Scott, Thomasina Rahman, and Thomas Rahman Jr. Your free safeties, Rochelle Colston and Jack Hacksaw. And your strong safety is Heyo Ryan Yosef here on 3rd down and 9. Another handoff. Steps up in the pocket. Tyree can run, but this time he has nowhere to go. Stinson again, along with Buddy Blaze on the stop.
That time got flushed up in, just had to take off, had no other options it seemed, and couldn't get the first with his feet, but hey, kept it going, didn't get sacked behind the line, so hey, they made 3 yards and now they just have to punt it away, and now LA is going to get another crack at the score.
Just gets the punt away back at the 23-yard line. They're going to get up to the 26. This is Los Angeles' worst starting field position of the game so far. Let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, last 2 drives they did nothing with great field position, but this time they're going to look to see if they can right the ship and turn this into a winning drive.
John Barnhart right there. Looking there as he comes to our 1st and 10 at the 26. They got twin tight end set here. And the ball off to Johnson. Johnson scoots through and gains 1. Let's get to this Sioux Falls defense. Got your defensive ends of Biff Markham and James Kelly. Your defensive tackle is Tiger Santana. Your linebackers, Nick Fargo, Derek Williams, and Axel Raven. Your cornerbacks, John Barnhart and Terrell Davis. Your free safeties, Jay Ringgold and Nathan Barnett. And your strong safety is A.J. Levy. He goes back to pass on 2nd down. Finds an open receiver and it's caught for almost a first down, 3 yards short. And that's to Chris Lee.
That time the defense did just enough to stop Chris Lee from getting a first down because he caught it and it looked like had one man to beat to get that first down. But that time, great tackling by the secondary unit of Sioux Falls to bring him down.
Got 3rd, and it looks like a long 3, maybe 4 yards here. And the ball to Johnson. He breaks through a tackle and gets a first down. Big hard run there by Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson, big hard run. Broke the tackle that looked like Derek Williams right there. The first missed tackle of him today after, blowing up the backfield. But that time, great hard run by Robert Johnson to get the first down.
3rd player paying dividends right now for Los Angeles. They're going to hand the ball off this time to the up back and nothing doing there.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, they have had just the worst luck on run plays LA has, and it's kind of been the story for them this season that Robert Johnson up until this game only had 59 yards rushing for the season, so they've just really got to explode today and see if they can get something going.
They've been next to last in rushing offense. This time they get a pass, somehow gets it through there for a first down. What a pass play in that. Went to backup 87. I don't have his number here.
Yeah, that using the entire roster to pick up a first down. It looks like Travis Warren Jr. on that play. And that time, yeah, use the backup.
Another pass across the middle of the field. They're just absolutely killing them across the middle. So another 2nd and 3 coming up. That time, Jack Flash again on the catch.
Jack Flash found, yeah, like you said, found the softness in the coverage, and it almost seems like LA's found something over the middle, like you said, that they are trying to target, and they are seeming to have success using that strategy.
Going down to 30 ticks on the clock here in the opening quarter here. 2nd and 3. Big set I formation here behind Richardson. They hand the ball off and another breaking the tackle and doesn't get a first down. It comes up 2 yards shy. And it's a big stop there by number 47, Axel Raven.
I'll tell you what, though, Robert Johnson is just running as hard as he possibly can and is getting, banged up, but hey, he's trying.
You come to the end of the first quarter, nothing just changes the kickoff. zeros across the board. Let's go to the second quarter right after this. Second quarter action. See the Axel Raven. They're the last tackle on the last play here. He's up with a big 3rd and 2. Comes up the outside, gets a first down, and just maybe a yard past the stick. Another first down run by Robert Johnson.
Yeah, they're sticking with him, and he picks up the first down. And it looked like on initially Sioux Falls defender might have over pursued that outside contain, and he just busted up through that inside and picked up the first down. So just kind of a unfortunate over pursuit right there for Sioux Falls.
Again in Sioux Falls territory, a little pass, and that one is broken up beautifully by Nathan Barnett.
That's exactly right. Let it where the defender and the receiver had to kind of battle for it, and that time Sioux Falls won the victory on the battle, but now LA has to try to get something to where they can maybe use what's been working, switch up some things, and try to move down this field because they are in dangerous territory.
Just a back to pass, a little flare out there to Tommy Rahman. Gains 6 yards on the play. Tommy Rahman coming in actually led the team in catches with 21, having a great season out of the backfield.
Absolutely. Just prolific numbers receiving. Yeah, like you said, 21 receptions and 154 yards up until this point. So, yeah, just prolific. Absolutely.
3rd and 4. Last time they had a sack and get themselves out of field goal range. This time it's Johnson, and he is going absolutely nowhere. And there again, Axel Raven on the stop.
The number 3 pick in the draft this past off season, and he is showing why they invested their pick in him, and he just absolutely has been playing lights out. All of their defensive rookies so far have been playing very well today.
Chase chance to win, going back to the punt. This time it gets down at the 2. Great special team play there. And Sioux Falls is going to be starting in the shadow of their goalpost.
And this is absolutely what nightmares are made of for not only quarterbacks, but coaching staffs as they have to work against the field, really.
Backup strong safety, Prince Parker, they're downside inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. Let's see what Julian Tyree and the Sioux Falls Sparrows offense can do. It's a handoff, and he barely gets out of the end zone. Loses 1 to the 1, and a big play there by Nathan Barnett once again.
It's absolutely going to take something spectacular to get them out of this end zone because the Lycans defense can just absolutely swarm to a ball and get a safety in a hurry. So Sioux Falls has to do something great to get a first down here and get out of here.
Second down inside the 1. Oh, wow. That was just a big effort there by Colin Hart. He was stopped 3 yards deep in the end zone, but somehow gets the ball out maybe a foot from the goal line.
Like you said, sheer determination gets him out of there because there's so many Lycan jerseys players around him that I'm almost sure he goes down, but he fights and gets out.
3rd and 12, going for a pass engine, plenty of time. Goes downfield and it's incomplete. Looking for K. Marion, and that's going to be a punting situation again, but this time with a really short drop back for the punter.
Absolutely. And this is going to be a tough punt to get out because now the Lycans are so close to the punter that they can, just tip it up and get all kinds of magic for them. But now Sioux Falls their punter has to absolutely get it out of there in a hurry. And then their special teams unit needs to get down there and cover this punt.
Yeah, I have a lot of players on the line. You're given a short field for the return man, Davius Reed. Gets it away barely to the 35 and gets up to the 28-yard line of Sioux Falls again. This time the Lycans, a 3rd drive that's going to start in Sioux Falls territory, this time at the 28.
Los Angeles has really just kind of lived in Sioux Falls territory this ball game, but luckily for Sioux Falls, their defense has really been able to prevent any action from Los Angeles.
First 10:08.5 to go here in the first half. By Richardson back to pass. Throw is caught, but it goes only for maybe a gain of 1. Again, Jack Flash on the reception.
Yeah, that time Jack Flash took it short and might have been able to turn up the field, but the defense just swarmed to him in a hurry and brought him down for just a gain of 2.
2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line. Defensive line shifts the hands off to Johnson. Big hole, runs over a guy and gets the first down. A big run for Robert Johnson. Once again, we've been saying that a lot this second quarter, and they're inside the red zone.
Yep. And that time, I'll tell you what, that was a team effort because the blockers did what they needed to do to get the first down, and Robert Johnson did what he had to do to pick up that first down. It's a little elbow grease and a shoulder charge really cleared the way for him to pick up that first down.
That big man there, the 6'2", 350 rookie, Nathan Furry, leading the way for Johnson to get down to the 17-yard line. Deepest they've been in Sioux Falls territory. We're going to hand the ball off to Johnson again, and this time he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And you saw number 44, I believe it was Derek Williams, not Tiger Santana, Derek Williams on the tackle.
Yes, and we've been calling Derek Williams' name all day long, and that time gets another stat on the stat sheet.
Lost 2, 2nd and 12. We're going to go to them again on that. They're having a lot of success there. Bring to the left side of the line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
You're right, partner. They have, because when they've gone to that left side, they've really been able to open up some lanes and some running room for the running back to get through. And that time it was another example where they only got 2, but you can kind of see those lanes open up.
They're running to the side of the guard, Dusty Wilson. Back to pass the pump fake, and that ball was almost intercepted. That probably would have been going for 6. There's that man again, Axel Raven.
And I was about to actually ask you there, partner. Do you think if he catches that, he goes? And you just answered me. And that was just a great play by Axel Raven. You know, it would have cherry on top, obviously. He brings down with it. But, hey, he's in the right place. And this defense has been playing spectacular for the kind of field position that the Lycans have had all day.
Going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt here by Rob Ems. The kick is up, and it is good from 31. The 0 is off the scoreboard for Los Angeles. But you're right, as many times as Los Angeles has started with the ball inside Sioux Falls territory, for them to only have a 3-0 lead, kudos to the Sioux Falls Sparrows defense.
Absolutely. I mean, what's it been? Like 4 out of 5 they've started in Sioux Falls territory. So that is just spectacular play in the early going for Sioux Falls.
They started that drive inside the 30-yard line, and only can muster a field goal here. And if you're a betting person, if you took the under, the 50.5, you're looking golden right now as the kickoff goes to A.J. Levy at the goal line, up to 15, the 20. Spin move at the 20. And gets to the 24-yard line.
You know, we were talking about before the ball game started that kicking to A.J. Levy is just a dangerous bit of business because he's already returned 2 touchdowns in this season, 1 punt return, 1 kick return for touchdowns. So anytime you kick to him, dangerous business.
He had a 50-yard punt return in that loss to Tulsa. Comes up here at 1st and 10 and flips the shoulder, and Colin Hart gets 5 yards. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player. Join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it, along with a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games and thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. Think of a strong 2nd and 5 here for the Sioux Falls Sparrows offense. Goes deep and it gets caught. First down and more This time it goes to Noe Terrazas.
That time, Julian Tyree had just enough, just had all day to throw, it seemed. Just kind of got to sit back there, pick out a target, found one, and it was a pretty big gain so far. Almost, I'd say, one of their largest gains of the day. And that time picked up a first down, and that's exactly what they need. They need time for Julian Tyree to actually have time to survey the field, and that time he got it and got a first down.
Julian Tyree, one of the best quarterbacks in the SFL history, gets another completion across the middle for a first down. This time it goes to, I believe it goes to Gunnar Lewis.
Yeah, that time. And that Gunnar Lewis had 9 receptions for 124 yards up until today, and just kind of continuing that. And for sure, Julian Tyree loves to target these wide receivers.
First and 10 inside Los Angeles' territory, I believe for the first time in this ball game, but there is absolutely nowhere to go as Hacksaw makes the stop.
That time, yeah, Hacksaw just got back there and blew it up for no gain. And really, Sioux Falls, really, I guarantee will take a mulligan on that one and try to get it over. But, hey, they get another try, 2nd and 10, see what they can do.
40-yard line, tight set. Swing pass out. Great adjustment to the football there. And it comes up with a gain of 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That was a great adjustment, like you said. And it picks up 4 where, a worse throw leads them out of bounds or, stopped for less than that. But, hey, 4 yards gets them 4 yards closer to the end zone. And now they're just need to get a few more yards to try to get in field goal territory.
Yeah, Sammy Prefontaine is a little bit outside of his range. I think they really need to get this first down here to give himself a shot at a field goal. Plenty of time for Tiger. It's picked off. Loaded that one across, and it was ill-advised as, Ryan Joseph with the interception.
That was ill-advised, as you said, because looked like there were just Sioux Falls all around, and then the Lycan in the mix pops up and gets that interception, and now flipping the territory, and now Los Angeles has their worst field position of the day, but they've only got 3 points today, so.
Tough ball game. That was the 10th interception for this Lycan defense as Richardson goes up and completely overthrows his wide receiver, Davius Reed.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe kind of got off balance or maybe the defensive line might have gotten in his face, but that time just a uncharacteristic miscue by the quarterback.
Richard doesn't overthrow his receivers that often. As it comes up here on 2nd and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the half. Hand off to Johnson. Stiff arms the guy, and it gets a gain of 6 yards. Up here, you see a defensive end, Luther LeVay, has a leg cramp for the Sparrows, and he may return.
Yeah, they are going to need him because that's, just depth that they need. And that time, just the run on the run, just breaking tackles 6 yards after contact.
3rd and 4 here for the Lycan. Another handoff. This time going over the right side, and they are stuffing him on the right-hand side. As you see A.J. Levy coming up from his free safety position, his strong safety position, to stop on the run and brings up a 4th and 1.
Tell you something, partner. Sioux Falls run defense has been absolutely spectacular today. They have just really just held firm all day long.
Units on once again, cutting to the dangerous A.J. Levy spins, and there's just nowhere for him to go. Great special teams play. And I was surprised there with Los Angeles that they ran on the right side. We mentioned earlier in this ball game how they've had such success going to the left side of the line. I'm surprised they did that on 3rd down.
You're absolutely correct. And I was kind of shocked as well because, yeah, like you said, the left side of that rushing attack has just been way better than the right side.
10 at the 38, under 3 minutes to go, going deep, and this time the ball is batted away. Looking downfield, and there's Rochelle Colston there with the breakup.
Yeah, Rochelle Colston right there got up in the face and got that ball knocked down. She's really just one of the leaders of this defense and shows why she's one of the best safeties in the league, period.
Second 10 here at the 38-yard line. Tyree under center looks like he's trying to draw the defense offside. Nice little quick throw out to the right side. There's just a couple of yards there as Thomas Rahman Jr. and Ryan Joseph they're combined on the stop.
And in this ball game, both quarterbacks are nearly identical, 46 yards to 48 yards. And it's really been one of those days because these defenses came to play and the offenses have been trying to catch up to the defenses all game.
7 going downfield, and it's intercepted. Looking for Kai Marion, and this time it is Thomasina Rahman with the interception. I believe that is her second of the season.
Yeah, that time they tried to target Kay Marion, and that time, like you said, Thomasina Rahman just goes up, skies for it, and brings it down. And that's exactly what they needed to try to pull away on offense because really it's been such a defensive slugfest.
You play like a girl, Thomasina Rahman and Rochelle Colston shows you can play like a girl here in the SFL. The throw is out to Tommy Rahman, and he gains 3.
Just another catch for Tommy Rahman. I mean, how many times are we going to hear that all season long? Which it seems like early on they've just been targeting him early and often, and we're going to probably see possibly triple digits receptions. I mean, I wouldn't bet against it.
Averaging 10.5 catches a game coming into this. So that's probably going to be on the technically for a 120 as another run to the left side. Brings up 3rd and 1 with 120 seconds left to go in the half. It's Los Angeles 3, Sioux Falls 0.
That time they went to the left side and got him a few. So we'll see if they keep trying that, like we've pointed out.
3rd and 1. Let's see if they go to that left side of that line. Yep, as they go to the right, and again, there's nowhere for them to go on the right side. AJ Levy coming up in run support again hits Johnson behind the line of scrimmage, and again, I think just a misdesigned play to go to the right.
Absolutely correct. And that, I mean, they had the opportunity. I think if they go to the left side, they get that first down. But the right side of this Sparrows defense is just got it locked down. And I would almost say you might abandon that side because it is just no luck.
After the ball with 2 seconds left on the clock. Chance to win, punts the ball. Maybe breaks the tackle, breaks another one, look out, spin move, and he gets up to the 38-yard line. Man, is he electric back there returning kicks.
Yes, got the tackle on the play prior, and that time did what he could to set this team up. Maybe that's the spark that gets the Sparrows offense going because they need a spark, and that could be what supplies it.
Vince Parker having a great day on special teams probably makes a big tackle to prevent even a bigger gain. The Sioux Falls now 65 seconds on the clock. All 3 timeouts here. You can basically use the whole field here, but they got a big set here on 1st and 10. Throws short, and it's dropped. Get it out of the hands of the receiver, brings up 2nd and 10.
Oh, just the butterfingers. And, they needed it to pick up the yards, but hey, at the same time, incomplete, where if he gets tackled, they might have to burn a timeout right there. So, hey, not the worst thing in the world.
Only 2 seconds coming off the clock here. 2nd and 10. I'm surprised they don't have Tyree in the shotgun here. But either way, it's 2nd and 10, 38-yard line. Just over a minute to go in the ball game. Oh, and another ill-advised pass. This time, Ryan Yosef on the stop.
That was a dangerous pass because Ryan Yosef sees it across his body and right there just knocks it down. But if he scoops that up for an interception, he is off to the races.
You saw that shot right there, just read the eyes of Julian Tyree here. And if you're the Sparrows here now, do you want to try to get some time off here? Because you're going to give the ball back to Los Angeles here. You've only run 6 seconds off the clock here in 2 plays.
Absolutely correct, partner. And they've got to do something to burn down this clock.
3rd and 10, and it's going to be a sack. And it's the cheeseburger. Mar Rivers with his first sack of the ball game.
And that's exactly what LA wanted. You know that because now that clock keeps running. Sioux Falls can't do anything. Although, you know, if they really wanted to march down the field, they would have called a timeout. But I think they'll just kind of go into halftime with that 3-point lead and just go in there and set up a game plan to try to not let Sioux Falls back into the ball game.
And Los Angeles does get the ball back here, opening the second half. So that might just be the thing, just to maybe get a good return here. See something happens. If not, no fair catch there at the 32-yard line. 13 ticks on the clock. I think you just might see either a kneel down or just a run to get this clock out and get to the half.
I'm with you, partner, because, I mean, 13 seconds left. Odds are you're not going to score, but, I mean, you can definitely, you know, run a play here or two and then just take it into halftime and really come up with a game-winning plan for the second half.
The 32-yard line. Christian going back to pass here, and that ball's knocked out and almost intercepted. I believe that was Axel Raven again on the knockdown.
Yeah, and that time they did exactly what you don't want to do, and that's throw to the defense. That time incompletion, but you know, that's just playing with fire right there. And you know, you never know when it could be intercepted and taken back to the house, and then you're down 7-3.
I bet that was Eric Williams, and there's a sack, and that should be the half. As the big boys defensive tackle, number 95, Tiger Santana, gets a sack, and boy, 3-0 at the half. And Wade, tell me what you think about this first half.
Well, it's playing out pretty much how I thought it would, as a defensive slugfest. I just didn't think Los Angeles would have such great field position to start some drives and then not do anything with it.
Yeah, we mentioned before, either 3 or 4 drives in that first half started inside Sioux Falls territory, and they only have 3 points to show for it. That was on a drive where they started at Sioux Falls 28.
Yes, absolutely.
So the Vikings gets the ball to start off this third quarter, and it's a big hit there as Lauren Jr. gets to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and now Los Angeles can maybe start this second half off with a drive that maybe picks up some points, like we have been talking about. The only 3 points in this ball game so far by both teams, and so really it'll be interesting to see if these offenses can kind of get a groove going.
Up to 25, Johnson to the left side, and whether he's having a lot of success, gain 6.
Yes, and that time left to the left side of the field and picks up 6, like you said, and that's really been their bread and butter, going to that left side, running to the left side, and they've been able to pick up 5-6 yards each time they do it. But then when they go to that right side, it just gets shut down every single time.
2nd and 4 at the 31. Again to Johnson, again to the left side. This time it was read perfectly by the defense, as you see Axel Raven and Derek Williams combine the stop to make it 3rd and 2.
That's right. Shame. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. You know, and that time they didn't let it happen, and they shut it down and stopped that left side run.
Sioux here again to the left side. Comes up with a big stop. Big stop there by Jay Ringgold, the free safety.
That's perfectly played, clutch defense by Jay Ringgold, and that time they needed a stop. They ran it to their money side, and that time the defense got the stop exactly how they needed to, and now Los Angeles has to punt it to them, and Sioux Falls can start in some fairly decent territory, it seems.
Great defensive adjustment there by Sioux Falls as the punt is taken up to 27 and up to the 32-yard line. And now it's Julian Tyree, who had a shaky first half with thrown balls that really could have been intercepted, has 2 interceptions thrown so far. Let's see if he can settle down here and get this Sioux Falls offense into at least scoring range. First and 10 handoff, but there's just absolutely nowhere to go. Brian Joseph along with Danny Stinson make sure he gets nothing. 2nd and 10.
It was a great gang tackle by the Lycans defense. It took a gang because Colin Hart is just such a tough runner that really it took a team to bring him down.
2nd and 10 here at the 31. Pass across the middle, and it's caught. Somehow brought in just shy of the sticks for a 9.5-yard gain. I believe Noe Terrazas.
That time, yeah, they targeted Terrazas, and really it was kind of a dangerous pass because there were so many Lycan players around, but really just threaded the needle exactly how they needed to and picked up a nice.
Speaking of nice, there's a nice run there by Colin Hart for the first down. An interesting note with these teams. The home team has won 3 of the 4 matchups here. And if there's a 2-2 coming in here, so this is going to be the tie-breaking game. But it just seems like the home team has the advantage, but not in this game, as Sioux Falls is struggling to get points on the board.
Absolutely. This could be one of the kind of the games in the matchup that bucks the trend, and it'll be interesting to see if that can happen. But yeah, that's an interesting tidbit to take into consideration.
Little short throw. Not a dangerous throw, but not a great throw. Only gains 2 yards. Noe Terrazas again with the catch. That time with the stop by Joe Colston.
Yeah, no, he went up for it, got it. And like you said, it wasn't a dangerous pass, just kind of one of those that, you pick up 2 yards and then it's just back to on to the next play, really.
Back to pass on the out, going on the eye route. And this time led him too far out of bounds. Intended receiver was Gunnar Lewis. Julian Tyree just let him out of bounds just a little bit. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 situation for Sioux Falls, who haven't converted many of these this ball game.
No, it's really been both teams really have just had poor luck on 3rd down. It's been kind of the story of the punting unit, but this time they're going to try to get something going.
3rd and 8 just inside the Los Angeles territory at the 48-yard line. Back to pass, going deep again, and this time again knocked down by Rochelle Colston. It just seems like when Julian Tyree goes back to pass, those deep balls, he underthrows them.
Yes, that's very something that I've noticed as well, is on those, like you said, deep passes, just a little bit behind the ball, and then it's giving the Lycans a chance to really jump the routes and knock the ball down. And already with 2 interceptions today, but that time just an incompletion.
Special teams almost blocked. That would have been a big thing. They're going to let the ball bounce, and it's going to be down at the 5-yard line. You saw this happen before. Great special teams. That time, it was the backup quarterback, JT Lane, down the ball at the 5.
Yeah, that time, it was Sioux Falls' turn to pin the offense inside the 10-yard line before it was the Lycans. But this time, now the Lycans have to try to get out of their own end zone.
Line shift to that left side of the offensive line. this time the offensive line comes up big, and it's a big run by Robert Johnson to get him out of the shadow of their own end zone. Big gain up to the 21, gain of 16.
That's exactly what they needed. They needed that offense to get out of the end zone. That time, Derek Williams ended up getting the tackle and finishing off the play, but really it was just enough for Robert Johnson to get out there, pick up a hefty chunk of yards, and get out to the 21-yard line.
Pulling guard Dodge Deadwood along with Tommy Rahman leading the way there for Johnson. They're going to get our first flag of the game. It's going to be an offsides on Sioux Falls. He stopped them for barely a game, but it's going to be some laundry on the field and 5 yards for Los Angeles offense.
Neutral zone infraction, number 90, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
Like you said, the first flag of the day, and it's an offside, but hey, it could have been worse because they could have gotten a big play and then they just not even call that or not even take the penalty. But hey, anytime you can, get a kind of a mistake like that and shut down the play, you'll take it because it just limits the damage, really.
A 1st and 5 at the 26-yard line. Again, a steady dose for Robert Johnson. This time there's absolutely nowhere to go. Gain of 2. Stopped by Terrell Davis, making it gain of 1, making it 2nd and 4.
That time Terrell Davis gets his, name in the conversation, gets the stop, and they needed it because they've tried to stop that right side of the play.
Again, going to the right side line and nowhere to go. AJ Levy coming up, and I'm surprised they're running the football as much. You said coming in Los Angeles, the 23rd ranked offense rushing the football, only averaging 29 yards a game. They are well over that in this game.
Yes, they very much so. They're sticking with it. I'll give it that. But at some point, you got to go with what's working.
35 from the shotgun, just over 5 minutes to go in the half. Oh, and a great hit. It looked like it was going to be Davis Reed's first down, but absolutely gets whopped at the first down marker. Going to bring up 4th and 5.
An absolutely heavy hit right there to knock the ball loose, like you said. And that's what they needed to stop this drive because it looked like that was going to be a first down. Just, the big hit knocks the ball loose, and now they're having to punt it away.
$5:10 left to go here in the third. Goes to AJ Levy, tries to get to the outside and gets hemmed in at the 36. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotion. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jacket, flags, t-shirts, and more. Let the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. And the 5:07 to go. Julian Tyree hands off, goes out to the outside. Again, leads Hunter Lewis out of bounds for the second time in his many series. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
That time, they were playing off coverage, giving them the short route, and they took it. And that time it paid off for them because the receiver stepped out of bounds, and so it was just an incompletion. They were giving them that short pass on that play.
Julian Tyree has not looked sharp in this game at all. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the shotgun, a little flare, and there's just absolutely nowhere for that receiver to go. Gains a yard. Great open field tackle and coverage by Buddy Blaze.
Absolutely phenomenal open field tackle because you really just one-on-one seemed and got the tackle because that could have shredded the defense. But great stop, and now 3rd and 9.
We said 3rd and 9 coming up across the middle, and that ball is incomplete. As you saw, Hunter Lewis there amongst about 7 or 8 of the Lycans defenders there. That's going to bring up 4th and 9, and once again, Max Moholt's going to get his money worth today for the ball game. I think this is going to be about his 7th or 8th punt of the game.
Absolutely, putting in a full day's work, and yeah, that's making his money's worth.
need a bag of ice for that right leg. This kick is away at the 25-yard line, and it gets up to the 30 here with 4:22 left to go here in the third quarter. I mean, it's a 3-0 ball game, and it's been. I think that might not be an exciting game, but boy, both of these defenses hard hitting, and they have both come to play today.
Absolutely correct, partner. They from the moment that clock hit 10:59 at the beginning of the game, these defenses have come to play.
Then it's the right side again. Again, another big hit by the Sioux Falls defense. This time it's Fargo with the stop. Nick Fargo, 6'3", 256.
I have been very, very impressed with how these rookies have played on this Sioux Falls defense. There's 4 of them, but you cannot tell that they're rookies. They're playing like veterans.
One of the few positive gains going to the right side of that line for Los Angeles brings up a 3rd and 5 here. Just under 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, and now they've got a 3rd and medium, and let's see if do you think maybe they pass it? I mean, that left side's been open, but these past 2 drives, it's kind of closed up a little bit.
Jack Flash has been quiet since that first quarter. It could be going to him here. No, they're going to hand it off to Johnson. Nowhere to go. Going to lose 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 6. There's one of those rookies we were talking about, Eric Williams, coming up with the stop.
Yeah, Derek Williams, we've called his name just numerous times today, and really he is playing just like a 7-year vet, really.
But here by chance to win. If anybody gives anybody a chance to win right there, it is AJ Levy, but gets up to the 38-yard line. Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind the players segments, and all the major milestones in league history. Great website here, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10, and that ball is somehow caught and brought in to Gunnar Lewis just in front of Rochelle Colston. What a throw by Julian Tyree.
He threaded the needle and put it exactly where he had to, because that I like you, I don't know how he caught that, because that was in the vicinity of 3 Lycans players, but just somehow wills it in to Gunnar Lewis's hands for the first down.
Hasn't had a lot of open windows to throw in, and that one was barely cracked. It somehow found its way through at the 47-yard line again, going across the middle, and it's tipped and it's intercepted. Rochelle Colston, her 2nd of the ball game, 4th of the season, and it's going to make a big dent in the efforts of Sioux Falls.
Eventually teams are just going to not throw the ball anywhere near Rochelle Colston, because that's 4 interceptions in 2 ball games. And that was last week and this week. So eventually people are just going to have to take their lumps and just go away from Rochelle Colston, because she just locks down that safety position, and whichever side she's on is basically a no-go zone.
3rd interception of the day by Julian Tyree, going to put Sioux Falls once again starting in Sioux Falls territory. Richardson gets up and somehow gets the ball away to Jack Flash, only for a 2-yard gain. Axel Raven on the stop, but man, there was a lot of pressure coming towards Sully Richardson.
There was, and he had to get that ball out in a hurry. He did, and he picked up 2 yards, which, hey, better than a sack, because they were coming hard and fast.
Shotgun situation once again for Los Angeles with just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Back to pass. Goes across the middle. This one is complete. Again, it goes to the tight end, Jack Flash. 2nd consecutive catch of the drive and a first down for the Lycans.
And this particular drive, it looks like, really started off with that interception, and now they're putting on one of their best drives of the day. They've been in this territory numerous times today, but just have done nothing with it other than 3 points. But this drive, it seems like they have what they need to maybe put a score on the board again.
And shotgun from the 25-yard line of Sioux Falls. This is across the middle. This time it's knocked down. Great defensive play there to bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, I was talking positives on the Lycans, but really, you just cannot discount the Sparrows defense because they have just been playing lights out all day, only giving up 3 points today in a great defensive effort, and now they need it more than ever before in this ball game.
High formation is going to go on the left side. This time, nobody is there to block, and it's a big stop there. Davis amongst the Sparrows there with the tackle.
It was a great play call by the Sparrows to shut down that right side because the Lycans have been running, the left side. The Lycans have been running that left side effectively, and that time shut it down.
3rd and long here at the 26-yard line. Coming up on a sack again. A big sack when they're in field goal range here. This time, I believe it's 95 once again. That's Tiger Santana, 2nd sack of the game. And this is going to bring out Rob Ems here for a long field goal attempt. This one is going to be about 48 yards.
Ooh.
Is down and away, and it is good from 48. Back on another 3 for Los Angeles. That man right there, Rob Ems, has had all the scoring so far, and it's a 6-0 ball game.
Absolutely. Had enough distance for maybe a few more yards, but it looked like that was stretching it to just about the edge of Rob Ems's range, but hey, they got it, and now they're up 6-0, and now Sioux Falls is running out of time and has to respond with a score of their own.
Definitely. Julian Tyree, 6 interceptions in his last 2 ball games. AJ Levy brings it out to the 23-yard line with 10 ticks on the clock left to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Sioux Falls, they've got to put up a drive that's going to get them points, whether that's a field goal or, a touchdown. But, I mean, they are just running out of time. Like you said, 10 seconds, and now they have to do something.
10 seconds left there in the 3rd at their own 23. And off to Colin Hart. Plenty of room on the right side. Breaks the tackle. Breaks another one. It gets to midfield. Biggest play of the day for Sioux Falls, 27 yards.
Absolutely, just a sprint. He breaks like 2-3 tackles right there. Starts off with great blocking. He picks the lane. Just a great block by Charlemagne Cornelius that sprung him. Then he breaks the tackle and gets out of bounds. So now they've got life left in the 3rd quarter, and then they'll have that entire 4th quarter to try to get ahead.
At midfield as the time runs down. And we are at the end of the 3rd. Put your fours up. The 4th quarter action. Vikings 6, Sparrows nothing. Coming here to the start of the 4th quarter, as you see Julian Tyree leading his offense on the field here at the midfield stripe here. 1st and 10. That's back to pass, going across the middle, and it's caught, this time for a 1st down, and that, I believe, is UK Marion. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production of the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And speaking of perfect tracks, another one, Julian Tyree, throws another strike And it's another first down.
Tell you one thing, Julian Tyree seems to just come alive in the fourth quarter. That time found his open target for a first down, and now Julian Tyree has to just a 10.1 quarterback rating in this ballgame. And really, if they have any chance of winning, he has to turn this around.
That wasn't an average per pass. That was his QB rating. It's going on, and it's intercepted. Number 4 of the game. And it's Thomasina Rahman with another interception. And that might hurt Sioux Falls' chances to win.
Yes, that could very well be the dagger that ends it for them tonight. But I will say, Sioux Falls I can guarantee they're going to come out and just try to limit the damage, because now the Lycans are in the shadow of their own end zone.
At their own 3-yard line. Give this to Johnson and gains 3 to get up to the 6. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
And if they can maybe perhaps replicate how they did on that last drive where they were pinned back on their own 5-yard line and really took a big hefty chunk on one play, and maybe that's what the doctor ordered today.
Second and 7, they're running to that left side, and this time there's nowhere to go. Great penetration on defense by Axel Raven once again, having a day, rookie. Bring up 3rd and 9.
Absolutely. Broke through, didn't get blocked. He got blocked, but then kind of shed the block and did what he could to make an impact, and right there did it and held on and brought him down.
Just trying to run to get Hunter some more room up to the 7-yard line. And again, the Sioux Falls Sparrows defense, you have to give them credit. They are playing lights out. Just their offense can't do anything for them.
Absolutely. The defense has really absolutely kept Sioux Falls in this ballgame. And not just in the ballgame, kept them within striking distance of, not only tying, but pulling ahead with just one score.
The punt. The ever dangerous A.J. Levy. They're going to start at Los Angeles' 37-yard line with 8:29 to go. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports returns after the convention in Week 4. Saturday, August 14th, Charleston hosts rival Carolina, followed by the dramatic playoff rematch between your defending champion Denver Nightwings and the Arizona Scorpions. Stay tuned to the SFL social channels and league website for updated kickoff time. This probably goes short here to the backup wide receiver coming in for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, like you said, 2-yard gain, and now Los Angeles has to, flip the script and bring the pain on defense, because if they don't, Sioux Falls right back in this ballgame and could possibly pull ahead by a point.
Believe it or not, as bad as Julian Tyree has played, they're only a touchdown and an extra point away from taking the lead in this ballgame, and there's another ill-advised pass in this game. This time Danny Stinson gets his hands on it.
Absolutely. That's not doing him any favors right there. Might have had some open receivers, but just threw it right at Danny Stinson, and I'm surprised he didn't come down with the ball, but hey, incompletion, but gives Sioux Falls just another chance to get a first down.
Al Dillapre Sr., that we haven't mentioned his name all game here, coming up on 3rd and 8, and it's a big 3rd and 8 here. The Sioux Falls Sparrows offense going deep. This time it's caught! It actually led his receiver beautifully that time. One of the best throws for Julian Tyree in this ball game. Noe Terrazas, and they're cooking inside the 10.
Yeah, no, he got just ahead of the defender, and Julian threw a perfect throw to lead him, and then he was able to kind of catch it in stride and pick up a few extra yards, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal on the Los Angeles 7-yard line.
Seen a lot of those throws by Julian Tyree. They be short, end up being knocked down or intercepted here. The deepest drive of the game, and he gets tackled. It's a big sack. Back coming up there. Big sack by defensive end, Brogan Spiroff.
And this time, Lycans come up big on defense, just like the Sparrows counterpart did on that last drive, and that time a sack. We haven't had to call that out for Tyree many times this game, but none have been in a bigger point in this ball game than that right there.
Second sack of the season for Brogan's Garage. Here comes up second and goal from the 10, and it's a touchdown for the Sparrows. Big throw, and it is Ty Marion, the only person with the reception touchdown for the Sparrows. Puts it in a tie ball game.
And he gets one more time, and now they are looking at an opportunity to pull ahead for the first time in this ball game. It has been 3-0 or 6-0 this entire ball game, and now tied up at 6. Chance to take that lead with a point after.
Murphy Fontaine finally getting into this ball game here. It's the extra point attempt. It's up, and believe it or not, folks, Sioux Falls has the lead 7-6 with 6:53 to go in the game, and now it's Sonny Richardson's turn to get this offense somewhere down the field, maybe set up Rob Evans for a field goal, game-winning field goal, or to perhaps themselves to get in the end zone.
Absolutely. They absolutely need to run some clock down and not leave Sioux Falls any room to operate if they get a chance. But the Lycans breathing life into the Sioux Falls Sparrows, and now they've got to, put it away with another score.
Travis Warren Jr. on the return up to the 26. Now the Sioux Falls Sparrows defense has played well all game. But now they're playing with the lead. They were hungry before. I think Sioux Falls is going to come out here with all guns blazing on defense. There's a big set here for Los Angeles on the 1st and 10th or 26-yard line. And the ball to Johnson again. This time Johnson on the right side gets a decent carry for 5 yards and is going to bring up 2nd and 5. You see Nick Fargo with 8 tackles on the day.
Yeah, that time he had a nice little bit of running room, just unfortunately gets caught up only 5 yards into the run, but that was really one of the best rushes they've had to the right side in this ball game.
2nd and 5 shotgun formation. Back to throw across the middle, and that's caught. Great throw to Travis Warren Jr. And it takes him in just close to midfield at the 43-yard line.
And they found that particular play open a couple of times today, and that time they targeted it for the completion, picking up the first down, but that's something Sioux Falls has to watch out for in this drive.
Waiting in the shotgun, low snap corral there, and it's a first down throw, this time just on the other side of midfield. This time it goes to Chris Lee.
Yeah, you'd think the Lycans really kind of might need to kind of slow it down and run some clock off, because as good it is as it is for the Lycans to see themselves drive down the field, they don't want to leave Sioux Falls with too much time left.
Yeah, I think they're taking your either way as they're that big set here. It looks like a run blitz coming up for the Sparrows, and there is absolutely nowhere to go for Mr. Johnson as Barnhart makes the stop.
Yeah, that time, just nowhere. Like you said, just tried to get out there on the left side, but just not having it by John Barnhart to stop that run.
Goes to the left side again, and fighting off the block to make a 1-yard loss is number 24, Jay Ringgold. He fought off 2 blockers there wide, and he got the tackle for the tackle for loss to bring up 3rd and 11.
He really did. He kind of corralled the runner over there and just then eventually just beat the 2 blockers and got him back there.
Like a nickel defense here for Sioux Falls. Go back to pass, going deep, and this time it's deflected and incomplete. Looking for Chris Lee, and the Sioux Falls defense once again makes a huge stop.
Yes, none bigger than that stop right there. That's exactly what they needed. And now Sioux Falls forces Los Angeles to punt, and now Sioux Falls can get that ball and try their best to run this clock out with that 1-point lead.
Chance to win is going to try to pin him deep. Once again, that ball's going to bounce inside the 10. And once again, they just let it roll, walk into the end zone. Boy, Chance couldn't have made that punt any better. They just stood there and watched it roll into the end zone. Special teams faux pas there for the Lycans. That's the ball at the 20-yard line for Sioux Falls.
We're going to have to see if that one mistake right there, miscue on special teams, comes back to bite them in the end, because that's probably 19 yards that they could have forced them back.
And there's nowhere to go for Colin Hart. 2nd and 11. Remember that time they got inside? I think it was down at the 3-yard line. And on the second play, Colin Hart barely got out of the end zone. Like you said, that could be a turning point here, and it could have given them good field position after the punt. So it could be a big mistake for Los Angeles here in this tight ball game. 2nd and 11 at the 19, inside handoff, and it gets them 6 yards and makes it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, 3rd and manageable for sure. And now that just makes it harder on Los Angeles to get this stop, because now it's 3rd and medium, where they let them get a few yards, and now Los Angeles has to come up with a stop because Sioux Falls is running down the clock a bit, and Los Angeles is running out of time.
The clock is running just over 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Kyrie back to throw, and it's deflected and taken away by Ryan Joseph. And here we go. 3 minutes and 3 seconds. This time Los Angeles' defense comes to play. And it's going to bring up Max Moholt again to punt.
I've been very, very happy with how these defenses have played. And it's been a bit of a different look by both. Los Angeles has really just done everything they can to stop the pass, whereas Sioux Falls has, done their best to stop the run, and it's just been a fantastic battle by both these defenses.
And tackle is up to the 44-yard line. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on For the Fans returns after the convention in Week 4, Sunday, August 15th. It's an epic slate featuring Brian Craven, Doug Day, and Cameron Collier of the Louisiana Revolution welcoming their old team, Lone Star, down to the Bayou, and the high-flying DC Dragons in a rematch of last season's overtime thriller with the Mexico City Aztecs. Stay tuned to the SFL social channels and league website for updated kickoff times, as we got a 1st and 10 here, and it's a scoop by Johnson to get to midfield after a gain of 6.
And that was, like you said, a great run, 6 yards picking up, and really that kind of sets the tone. And if they can just keep that up and just keep kind of burning this clock, picking up yards, getting enough to just get 3 points. That's all they need.
And up the middle, this time nowhere to go as the beef comes up, and this time it goes to Derek Williams with the stop, bringing up 3rd and 3.
Another stop by Derek Williams, and we've just called his name all day, and really he's just been phenomenal for Sioux Falls and getting stops all over the field.
Los Angeles get this play off before the 2-minute warning. They do. Handoff up the middle and nowhere again to go. And it's going to bring up the 2-minute warning. 4th and 2 decision time for Los Angeles. They're down 7-6. Biggest play of the ball game here. 2 minutes to go. 4th and 2. The ball on Sioux Falls' 48-yard line. They need to get just before the 46, and a big run by Robert Johnson up the middle. 1st down yardage keeps this drive going with 1:49 to go.
That time they go up the middle and get enough for the 1st down. That's exactly what they needed. And now clock's winding down. They've got time on the board to be able to do something, and we'll get to see this payoff on this drive.
They have a great kicker in Rob Ebbs, who has a strong leg. As it goes, the pass goes out. Tommy Rahman for a first down, and they are now in field goal range if they don't gain another yard here. The buck 15 and counting. They said he stayed in bounds. Sioux Falls might want to think about using some of their timeouts here to save some time on the clock. I think you'll see a big dose of number 33 coming up here. See the run defense comes up, and it's a big stop defensively. Axel Raven, I believe, was there on the stop. They go to the hurry up here with 53 seconds left to go. Another run to the left side. This time it's big dividends for Sioux Falls. This time Sioux Falls, I believe, calls a timeout. 2 to go, 2 left, I should say. It's going to be 3rd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
And what about that tackle? I mean, that would have gone for a first down. Not only that, but that blocks had it set up to where he could have gone right to the end zone. But great tackle, way to break through that block and get that wrap up and bring him down for, I believe that was AJ Levy on the tackle, but great heads up play.
Gonna bring a 3rd and 3 here. Go back to pass. This time it goes across the middle, and it's caught. This time it's Chris Lee across the middle. Sioux Falls now with only 1 timeout, but they're at the 7-yard line of Sioux Falls, and the Lycans are coming down here with definite win on their mind. Bring up a 1st and goal at the 7. I don't think that ball goes in the air at all this time, Wade.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm with you because they have made it to where Sioux Falls only has 1 timeout, and they've got 4 opportunities to try to punch it in, but then they're in field goal territory. So
Sioux Falls needs a defensive player. They need to create a turnover, and it's a nice tackle at the 10 for a 3-yard loss. Tackle made by Biff Markham along with Derek Williams here is going to bring up 2nd and goal at the 9. I think you're going to see a nice little run play here. They're just going to take it down and bring on Rob Ems here to try to win this ball game. Let's see what they do here on 2nd and goal from the 9. 37 seconds left to go in the game. And off to Johnson, and he gets to the 5. Puts the ball right in the center of the field. They can run this clock down to like 3 seconds, call the timeout, and bring on Rob Ems here for the game winner here. Get down to under 20 seconds.
Gonna maybe try to get them to jump off, you think?
All right. They do have the full complement of timeouts. I think they might be just trying to draw them off here. And there it is, 3 seconds left. Sioux Falls, Los Angeles calls their first timeout of the ball game, and it's going to come down to the foot of Rob Ems, who is 68 for 72 on his career, and it's going to be a 21-yard field goal here for the Los Angeles to win this game in walk-off fashion. Looks like it's going to be officially from 21 yards. Rob Ems trying to win it for the Lycans. Snap is good. Snap is down. And the kick is good. They leave 1 second left on the clock. Los Angeles takes the lead 9-7 with 1 tick on the clock.
If this result holds, it'll be another heartbreaker for Sioux Falls. Last week, I believe you and Andy Hamilton were on that call where they lost to Tulsa by what ended up being a game-winning field goal at the end. So it'll just be another dose of that.
Does AJ Levy have any magic? Not in those feet, not this time. And Los Angeles comes away with a hard-fought 9-7 win. Wade, give me your take on this game.
An absolute, like we called it, defensive battle, and it was that way all through this ball game. 97 rushing yards for the Lycans, 61 for the Sparrows, and under 200 yards for both teams passing. It was an absolute defensive slugfest, but I'm glad we got to call it because these offenses ended up doing their best to put their mark on it, but ended up Lycans just got too much at the end.
Again, big turnover differential in this ball game, 4-0 in favor of the Lycans. 4 interceptions, and like you said, another heartbreaking loss for the Sparrows. Both their losses by 2 points, 9-7 in this game and 19-7 last week. Used to be Colin Hart. They're making probably the best play of the day for Sioux Falls, but just too many mistakes there by the Sioux Falls offense, especially that man, Julian Tyree, with 4 interceptions. And you see a pass that got him inside the 5 for the first time in the ball game, and they were able to cash in on that next play. But Robert Johnson just had a day for Los Angeles.
He did. And my player of the game, in my opinion, Rochelle Colston. Just those 2 interceptions were just so big that they needed them.
Coming up, we'll see if you get a player of the game. Well, you go with Ryan Yosef, who had 2 tips, an interception, and 9 tackles. Hey, yo, it's the player of the game. For our commissioner, Cameron Irvine, my color commentator, Wade Phillips. I am Joe Giuseppe saying so long from Sioux Falls as the Lycans win 9-7.